Shalom, shalom. I need Yehuda Hayorah. I'm Judah the Shootah. Question: are Israelite brothers worth marrying? Are Israelite brothers worth marrying? Now, ladies and gents, you might be asking yourself, what on earth is he talking about right now? Definitely like, share, and subscribe. Hit the bell so you can be notified every time I make a video. So if you are new to my channel, a little over a week ago, I dropped 2 videos called Israelite Sisters Worth Marrying. As you see, I did a part 1, a part 2, and it was for sisters, tough love video, and it was dealing with the sisters who are in the Hebrew community that are specifically looking to marry a brother in the Hebrew community as well. Okay, so so now I'm going to switch gears. Are Israelite brothers worth marrying? All right. Yeah. Let's talk about that. And once again, this is coming from a brother. Look, let me tell you something. Look, I did a video called Judah the Shootah Expose. I exposed myself, of my faults, mess ups, and things that I've done. I even made mistakes after the video. But it's called growth. And I myself in the past needed to heal. All right. So this is coming from experience. All right. I've messed up even as a husband. Oh man. You get what I'm saying? So we're going to talk about this. All right. This is something that's not been talked about in the Hebrew community. Fact of the matter is, us as men and women, we need healing. We need to heal better. Now, in part 1 and 2 of the series that I did called our Israelite Sisters Worth Marrying, I talked about a book called Healing Better. So definitely purchase that book as well. So we're going to talk about this often. I have brothers who come to me for advice, and I give them advice. And again, this is coming from experience. All right. Now, before we get started, I want to read something that I wrote real quick. Okay, so it says, many of you Hebrew brothers are bitter and cruel. Yo, it shows. All right. I'm going to go ahead and read it, though. It says, and you're never going to find love. Ladies and gents, that's a sad story that nobody wants to read. Let's face it. Some brothers are going to die single. It's just a fact. You're going to die single. All right. But anyway, it says, heal properly first and stop being bitter. That's why she don't want to marry your super brew ass. Brothers, yo, before I continue, wait, if you don't know what a super brew is, let me explain. All right, so in a nutshell, us as the so-called African Americans, we are Hebrews, and the nickname for Hebrew is brew. But you have a super brew. Okay, a super brew is that person with the battery in his back. If you know that saying, he got the battery in his back, he got the cape on. You can't tell him nothing. He is over righteous. He's overbearing. All right, we can just be like, think about it. Somebody can just be sipping a cup of wine. Man, I don't be drinking no wine. X, Y, and Z. Even though wine is not sinful. You get what I'm saying? As long as you drink it in moderation, according to Ecclesiasticus or Sirach, chapter 31, verse 27 through 31. Okay. You can also use it for stomach sicknesses. 1 Timothy 5 and 23. Anyway, so ladies and gents, that's something I want to share. Let me go ahead and share my screen really quick. The book of Ecclesiastes, also known as Ecclesiastes. Yeah, I'm sorry, Ecclesiastes, not Sirach. I apologize. Chapter 7, verse 16, it says, be not righteous, what? Over much. Don't be over righteous. It says, neither make thyself over wise. Why should thou destroy thyself? Like, bro, chill, relax. You're going to run yourself to the grave. You're going to run yourself to the grave. You're going to have serious anxiety. All right. So that would be the example of a super brew. All right. He's going to kill himself by being over righteous. Am I saying don't keep the commandments of God? Of course not. I'm not saying that. But I'm saying there's a difference between, of course, you being righteous and being over righteous. You know, kind of like how the Pharisees was, trying to be over righteous. All right. Anyway, so let's go ahead and continue. I says, heal first. Heal first. Some of you come off abusive, like you'll beat the shit out of a woman just for putting the wrong color on that you don't even like. Yo, some of you brothers come off really, really toxic, narcissists. You come off as real abusive. All right, now look, brother, hear me. There's a difference between being masculine. So I'm not saying that you should demasculate yourself. I'm not saying that at all. At all. All right. Embrace your masculinity. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. But you come off as you beat the shit out of a woman if she cooked eggs wrong, if she has on a color you don't like. So you got to understand. And the reason, matter of fact, I'm gonna finish this and I'm gonna kind of go back and break that down. But anyway, it says, some of you act like you can't even show affection to your woman. Kiss her on the forehead, hold hands with her, or love on her. Tell her she's beautiful and how much you love her. Make her laugh and smile at least. I can go on and on, but if she don't feel secure, she's not even gonna look your way. Your brother's gonna run the woman away before she even look your way. Yeah, we know these sisters are a piece of work. We know this. But some of this is your fault as well. Just own up to it, bro. Chill. Relax. Relax. I said, your wife will get with you. She's going to be in prison. I feel sorry for some of you sisters, which I still do. I says, I've been seeing a lot of bitter shit lately. Obviously, viewer discretion is advised. I says, if you got a wife, I challenge you to go love on her. Make her smile today. Make her smile today. Say something nice, especially to your wife or wives, or to the woman you like or interested in. All right. So before we get started, there's another scripture I want to share in the original King James Version of the Bible. You have the Apocrypha. Now, there's a verse that we are all familiar with, Ecclesiasticus, also known as Sirach, chapter 36. We're going to start in verse 22. It says, the beauty of a woman cheereth the countenance. That means like a man see you, it cheers his countenance when he sees a beautiful woman. Lord, have mercy. You see a beautiful woman, wow, look at her. That's him having a countenance that's cheerful, right? He sees him like, wow, look at her. It says, and a man love nothing better. Brothers, don't feel ashamed or even let a woman make you feel that you're committing a crime for acknowledging a woman's beauty. All right, as long as you don't stumble at her beauty, that's to the point you can't even focus. But there's nothing wrong with acknowledging a woman and telling her that she's beautiful, or having that cheerful countenance when you see a beautiful woman. The Bible says a man love nothing better. You a man, right? Okay, well, if you're a man, it says we love nothing better. So if you sisters that's all jealous, I don't want my man looking at another woman. Well, right there it says a man love nothing better. What you think he's going to do? You chill, you relax. But it's about the brothers. I says, if there be kindness, meekness, and comfort in her tongue, right? Meaning in her speech, the way she talks. It is not a husband like other men. He that getteth a wife beginneth a what? A possession. So yes, ladies, when you become his wife, you're his possession. All All right, I talk about this in a few of my videos. One of them is the daughter of Zion versus daughters of Sarah. I mean, no, daughters of Sarah versus daughters of Satan. I think that's the name of the video I did. But anyway, it says, and a help like unto himself. All right, like unto himself, and a pillar of stress. Oh, no, no, no. Rest. So you see that, sisters? You become a pillar of rest. So it says, where no hedge is, that's the husband, the man, there the possession of the wife is spoiled, meaning destroyed. But here's the part I want, brothers. Pay attention, because we quote this all the time. But let's not forget this part here. It says, and he that have what? No wife will wander up and down mourning. He that have no wife will wander up and down mourning. Now we know this concept goes back to Genesis 2:18. It's not meant for man to be alone, right? So, brothers with no wife who desire a wife, this video is for you. No matter who you are, how long you've been in this walk, no matter the age group. If you are seeking a wife, hey, listen up. Now, before you, I don't want to hear that. Because you know us as brothers, we can be stubborn, of course. We have Proverbs chapter 1 and verse 5. This is what it says. It says, a wise man will hear. I mean, he gonna listen. Look at that. A wise man will hear. Are you a wise man, brother? Shh, listen up. And will increase learning. Obviously, if you listen, you're gonna learn a lot more. It says, and a man of understanding, wow, shall attain unto what? Wise counsels. Shh, just listen, brother. I'm going to give you wise counsel. To understand a proverb, the interpretation means the translation of it, and the words of the wise, and their dark sayings, their mysteries. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and instruction. Should we say correction as well? Okay. So yeah, a person who's not wise is not going to want to listen to something like this. But a man of understanding will. A man who is wise will listen. All right. So that's something I wanted to share with you. All right, brothers. It says, he that have no wife will go up and down mourning. So deep down inside, I know that you're in mourning. You are in mourning. You may not realize it, just like you might not realize that you need to properly heal. All right. And there are things that we as brothers need to take into consideration, which I'll speak about shortly. Now, once again, I'm going to kind of go back through this. I says, many of you Hebrew brothers are bitter and cruel and never going to find love. That's the crazy part. That part don't just apply to brothers with no wife. This also applies to brothers who have a wife or wives. Let us not forget, brothers, that number one, when we're looking at 2 Timothy 3:16, it says, all scripture is given by who? Inspiration of God. So understand that what we'll be going over today, brothers, it's inspired by God. All right. This is a freestyle lesson, right? I'm letting the Spirit speak. All scriptures given by inspiration of God. But look at this, brother. It say, and it is profitable. What's the root word of profitable? Profit. That means it's something that you can gain from this, brothers. Profitable for what? For doctrine. What's doctrine? The teachings, the message. Then it says for reproof. That means this is for you finding evidence as well, bringing out evidence. Then it says there's also profit or profitable for what? For correction. All right, so brothers, take this as a correction. A correction. Then it say for instruction in righteousness. And that's the goal, is to give you instructions in righteousness. What I'm going to tell you will be good advice. Yes, I speak as a man. Every brother wouldn't agree with this. Every brother wouldn't agree with this, but I'm not going to tell you nothing's going to condemn you. Okay? By the Most High. But it says that the man of who? Of God. So this ain't just any man. A man of God. That what? He may be perfect. Thoroughly furnished unto all good works. So brothers, this can help you as a man of God be perfect unto all good works. Okay? So, also, Colossians chapter 3, all right, starting 18. It says, wives, submit yourselves unto your own husbands as it fit in the Lord. Now we know submit, as I always talk about, it reflectively means to obey. So sisters, yes, you have to obey your husbands. Let's look at the next verse. Husbands, love your wives. Husbands, love your wives. Husbands, love your wives, and be not bitter against them. And be not bitter against them. Let's see what bitter means. Okay, look that up. And bitter, make bitter. To make bitter, produce a bitter taste in the stomach. All right, render angry. Right, it's you have become a person like Nabal. Okay, and we're gonna deal with that. Nabal. Let's kind of get an example of that really quick about Nabal. 1 Samuel chapter 25, ladies and gents. I want to give you a little small second to get there. Once again, we're going to 1 Samuel chapter 25. I kind of want to get an example of Nabal. All right. Nabal is definitely the person I want to go ahead and start this off with talking about. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, hopefully you're there. And once again, we're going to go ahead and talk about this. So we have 1 Samuel 25. It says, and Samuel died, and all the Israelites were gathered together and lamented him. All right. It says, and buried him in his house at Ramah. And David arose and went down to the wilderness of Paran. And it says, and there was a man in Maon, whose possessions was in Carmel. And the man was very great, and he had 3,000 sheep and 1,000 goats. All right. So let you know, he would be equivalent today a brother who got money. All right. And he was shearing his sheep in Carmel. Verse 3 says, now the name of the man was Nabal. I want to stop there. Let's see what Nabal means. Click on Nabal. Fool. That's what Nabal means in Hebrew. Fool. Okay. So it says now the name of the man was Fool. Wow. It says, and the name of his wife, Abigail. And excuse me. And she was a woman of what? Of good understanding. So understand, ladies, that this woman here, and just in case you have a husband that's a fool, in case that he's a Nabal, all right, it says that she was a woman of good understanding, all right, and it says, and of a beautiful countenance, but the man was what? Churlish and evil in his doings, and he was of the house of Caleb. So here it is, this man Nabal, whose name is Fool, said that this man was churlish. Let's look up churlish. What does that mean? Comes from the Hebrew word kasheh. Kasheh. It means severe. Look at this. Churlish, cruel. Look at that. Grievous, hard, heavy, impudent, obstinate. See that? Prevailed roughly, sore, sorrowful, stiff, stubborn, trouble. So, brothers, let's not act like we don't see this in the Bible. We can read about a man who was churlish. That means he was too much of a hard ass. He was like fucking Major Payne, you know, on the Major Payne. I think that's the name of the movie. Damon Wayans played in. Just too much of a drill sergeant. Now, look, again, I'm not saying don't be masculine. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that at all. But I will say you've been overly righteous and you always drill sergeant. Bro, that's going to run you to your grave. That's going to run you to your early grave. It's going to run you to your early grave. Let me tell you why I'm saying that, brother. Hear me real quick. We're going to come right back to 1 Samuel, the 25th chapter. But check it. We're going to go to the book of Sirach. Let me show you what I mean by that. The book of Sirach, and I think it's chapter 30. Yeah, 30. Okay. In 21, it says, give not your mind over to heaviness, brothers, and afflict not yourself in your own counsel. I mean, don't be beating yourself up in your own thoughts all the time, because you know, when you become bitter, that stuff starts in your mind. Don't do that, bro. It says the gladness of the heart, meaning the mind, is the life of a man. See that? And the joyfulness of a man prolongeth his days. So when you happy, brother, you will live longer. You will live longer. So it says, love your own soul and comfort your heart. Remove sorrow far from you. This is how, brothers, we know we got to heal. We got to heal, brothers. We do. We got to remove sorrow far from us. It says, for sorrow have what? Killed many. And there's no profit therein. You can't gain from that, bro. Chill. Relax. Calm down. You're going to run yourself to your early grave. So it says envy and wrath shorten the life. So, brother, if you always so angry, bro, you're going to kill yourself. Just like we just read about being overly righteous. You're going to kill yourself. You're going to run yourself to the grave, bro. You're going to run yourself to the grave. I've been guilty of it. And it's okay. But we got to grow. We got to grow. I've been guilty of it several times over. So I'm speaking from experience. And part of that is because I didn't heal properly. Because of things that happened to me. So, bro, we got to grow. I'm being sincere in this. All right, I know I joke a lot, I play a lot and all of that, but this is time to be serious. Time to be serious, brothers. And look, I got on the sisters, I'm getting on us. Bro, we got to get it together. We got to get together. That's just a fact. So it says, and carefulness bringeth age before the time. Carefulness, that's when you on pins and needles. Pins and needles. Carefulness. We call it today anxiety. That's going to bring age before the time. Calm down. Stop being so bitter. You're going to die. You're going to die. That's just a fact. You're going to die. You're going to die. You're going to die. So it says, a cheerful and good heart, meaning mind, will have care of his meat and diet. Bro, there's nothing wrong with us eating better. A part of that plays a role in who we are. You are what you eat. All right? Also, another thing I want to deal with real quick. I don't want to make it too much about sisters, mainly just brothers. So it says, blessed is the man that have a virtuous wife, for the number of his days shall be double. So you see that? It will be as if he lived a double life. So it says, a virtuous woman rejoices in her husband. I mean, she's going to be rejoiceful to him. It says, and he shall fulfill the years of his life in peace, not stress. A good wife is a good portion, which shall be given in the portion of them that fear the Lord. Brothers, you want a wife? Fear God. Fear God. You'll get a good woman. Fear God. So it says, whether a man be rich or poor, so it ain't about how much money you have in your possessions. It says, if he have a good heart toward the Lord, he shall at all times rejoice with a cheerful countenance. At all times, rejoice with a cheerful countenance. If you have a good heart toward the Lord, though. See that? So where am I going with that? Well, if sisters see that you always so bitter, you always so damn angry, then hey, guess what? She can probably see that right there. You don't have a good heart toward the Lord. Right? One who has a good heart toward the Lord will always rejoice with a cheerful countenance. Always got a cheerful countenance. That means when you see him, he always seems happy. He seems like, yo, hey, I want to be around him, man. Check out his spirit. He's not bitter. He's not bitter. All right? So we're going to talk about this. All right, let's go ahead and deal with this. So we see that Nabal, who was a fool, was churlish, right? So it says, and David heard in the wilderness that Nabal did shear his sheep. And David sent out 10 young men, and David said to the young men, get you up to Carmel and go to Nabal and greet him in my name. Go holler at him. You know, it says, and thus shall you say to him that liveth in prosperity, Shalom, or peace be with you, and Shalom be to your bayit, your house, and Shalom be to all that you have. Because remember, he had a lot of possessions. It says, and now I have heard that you have shearers. Now your shepherds which were with us, this is what David is telling his servants to go and tell Nabal. We hurt them not, like we ain't hurt them. We ain't touch them. Neither was there aught missing unto them, all while they were in Carmel. Ask the young men, and they'll show you. Wherefore, let the young men find favor in your eyes, for we come in a good day. Give. So he's asking Nabal to give to us, please. I pray thee, whatsoever cometh to thy hand unto thy servants and to your son David. And when David's young men came, they spake to fool on Nabal, according to all the words in the name of David, and ceased. They stopped, right? So remember, the Bible tells us in verse 3 that he was churlish, right? He was churlish. So that lets us know by a churlish man, we know how he's finna respond. It says, and Nabal answered David's servant, saying, who is David? And who is the son of Jesse? There be many servants nowadays that break away every man from his master. Now there was a law in Deuteronomy 23, verse 15, that talks about if a servant ran from his master. So that's what he's speaking about. So obviously we see right here that even this man here kept the law because he knew and understood that law about servants running from their masters, all right, or breaking away from their masters. One case in point is Sirach or Ecclesiasticus 33, real quick. 33 and verse 30, it says, here it is down here. If thou have a servant, let him be unto thee as thyself, because thou hast bought him with a price. If you have a servant, entreat him as a brother, for thou hast need of him as of your own self, meaning your soul. And if you entreat him evil, and he run from thee, which way will you go to seek him? All right. So he understood that concept, obviously. And of course, you got the Deuteronomy 23 and 15. Here, thou shalt not deliver unto his master the servant, which is what? Which is escaped from his master unto thee. All right. So see right here, he should dwell with you, even among you, in the place we should choose, and one of thy gates, when like him best, don't oppress him. All right. So obviously he knew that law and understood that concept. So going back to Sirach 25. No, I'm sorry, 1 Samuel 25 and verse 10. So it says, Nabal answered David's servant, said, who is David and who is Jesse? There be many servants nowadays that break away every man from his master. That's what he was talking about. So let's see what fool Nabal says. Shall I then take my bread? Now bread also comes from the Hebrew word lachem. It means food. Let me show you the word lachem. Oh, there we go. Bread. Lachem. Food. It also means food as well, brothers. So sometimes you hear me say that. So he's saying, shall I then take my food and my water and my flesh that I have killed for my shearers and give it unto men whom I know not, meaning men who I don't even know? Then he says, no, not whence they be. I don't know where they come from. I don't know. You could have broke away from your master for all I know. I ain't gonna give you something I worked hard for. So it says, so David's young men turned away and went again and came and told him all those things, right? And they said unto his men, and David said unto his men, gird you every man his sword. And he girded every man his sword, and David also girded his sword. And they went up after David. Went up after David, about 400 men, and 200 abode by the stuff. So you see that 200 stayed by the stuff and watch it. David now finna go and kill him. All right? David's finna go and kill him. Okay? David got mad. Oh, you don't want to feed us? And we done treat your people right and all of that? Cool, pack up, we finna go get him. So it says, but one of the young men told Abigail, Nabal's wife, saying, behold, David sent messengers out of the wilderness to salute our master. And he railed on them. Look at that. Blah, 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 blah. So that lets you know right then, he was going off on them. It says he railed on them. It says, but the men were very good to us. This is what he's telling Nabal's wife. Like, man, he treated us good, man. He wouldn't go holler at the servant, salute to him. He done went off on them. But they was good to us. He says, and we were not hurt, neither missed anything as long as we were conversing with them when we were in the fields. Don't start none, wasn't gonna be none. They were a wall to us, both by night and day. See that? They even protected them. All while we were with them, keeping the sheep. Look at that. It says, now therefore therefore know and consider, what will you do? See that? What you gonna do? For evil was determined against our master. Because remember that David and them ready to go get him. And against all his household. But look at what he says about Nabal. For he is such a son of Belial that a man cannot speak to him. So, brothers, we can read about a man who kept the commandments of God, an Israelite brother who was churlish, evil in his doings, couldn't tell him nothing. He was so bitter, a bitter man, chaotic. Let that sink in. And sisters, read the story. Abigail still kept order, though. She still kept order. Still kept order. She didn't buck up against them either. All right, but check it though. I want to send a message though. And brothers, you know who you are. All right, it's all over the community. You know who you are. Are you bitter to your wife? Or are you a Nabal? You know what happened to Nabal? You know what God did to Nabal? Let's see about that. Let's jump down to 38. All right. So we're going to jump down to verse 38. And let's see what happened. It says, it came to pass about 10 days after that the Lord smote Nabal that he died. Brother, you want to lose your wife? You want to lose your wives? Get it together. The Lord will mess around and kill you like he did Nabal. Something to think about, brothers. And then that pretty little wife or wives of yours can be free to go and marry somebody else. Something to think about. We got to get it together, brothers. It says, and when David heard that Nabal was dead, he said, blessed be the Lord that pleaded the cause of my reproach from the hand of Nabal. Look at what he said about himself, and have kept his servant from evil. Because you know, David, being a servant of God, was finna go and kill him. So he said, look, God done stopped me from doing something bad. It says, for the Lord have returned the wickedness of Nabal upon his own head. See that, brothers? Wouldn't want that to happen to us, right? It says, and David sent and communed with Abigail to take her to him to wife. Look at that. Look at that. You wouldn't want that to happen to you, right? You wouldn't want to lose your beautiful wife or wives, wouldn't you? No, of course not. So we as brothers can't be a Nabal. And I'm seeing the Nabal spirit in Israel. We being Nabals. Come on, man. We got to get together. We got to heal properly. And if you ain't healed properly, don't waste the sister's time. Don't waste your sister's time. Stop being a bully. You know, I talked about that in my song that I did, Hebrews B8, about how these brothers, they debate women. No, they bully women. All right, so let's go back. I says, many of you Hebrew brothers are bitter and cruel. Churlish, bitter, cruel. And you're never going to find love. Look, one thing that sisters, for the most part, can discern is that toxic behavior that you brothers display when you are coming into the truth. Okay? And it's time to recognize that. It's time to look within. And it's time for us as brothers to level up. It's time for us as brothers to heal. And the part of the reason why there's destruction going on in marriages is because we as brothers, we're not healed properly. Or we don't have the mental capacity to take on a wife. Or a wife, or YAs, plural. Brothers, if you don't have that mental capacity to help the sisters heal, then you probably should just be single. We know a lot of our sisters have gone through a lot. She's gone through abuse, maybe in her own home, maybe from her own father. Maybe she didn't even have a father, right? So dealing with sisters that are damaged and broken, if you gonna take that woman as a wife, then it's our responsibility to help that woman heal, to help that woman heal better. We got a great responsibility, and we got to get it together. If you're going to take that woman on, and we do that and cleanse her through the word of God. But of course, sisters, if you watching, you got the willing to be able to go through thick and thin with that brother and understand that he himself also is healing, and he may not realize it. So you got to be patient. You got to be the Abigail. And if he don't get it together, the Lord gonna do him like he did Nabal. That's including myself. That's including myself. Nobody is above correction. If I don't get it together, if I don't get my shit together, the Lord will take me out of here. And my wives will be free to go and marry somebody else if that's what they choose. So brothers, we gotta get it together before the Lord do us like he did Nabal. Think about that. We got to get it together. And this is before I start talking about what I really want to talk about. This can go both ways for married men and men who are seeking to be a husband. Okay? So, that's what I wrote. I says, heal properly first. Stop being bitter. Oh, wait, one more thing. That's what I want to touch bases on. You got a lot of brothers that do desire polygyny, the practice of more than one wife. Great. But if you don't have the mental capacity, if you ain't healed, if you don't have the wisdom to sustain that, then brother, it's going to be over before it started. It's going to be over before it starts. All right? So you have to have the mental capacity to be able to do that. You really do. I'm going to be talking about it in my book. It's going to be called, I'm going to be doing a book, Most High Will, it's going to be called The Unwritten Rule of Polygyny. The things you need to consider, or you probably should consider before taking on another wife if that's what you want to do. But I guarantee you, if you don't have the mental capacity, it will be over before it starts. Not even just polygyny, but monogamy, marriage itself. All right? We have to be patient. All right? So, for example, let's deal with that real quick. Let's go to Galatians. All right. The book of Galatians. What are you, Galatians? Here we go. Galatians 5 and 22. It says, but the fruit of the Spirit is what? Love. Nothing wrong with giving your wife love. Nothing wrong with showing her love at all. We can't be afraid to show love to a woman. Today, you show love to a woman, you'll get called a simp. You get called a simp. You get called a simp. Joy, brothers. There's nothing wrong with showing joy to your wife. There's nothing wrong with that. Peace. There's nothing wrong with displaying peace to your wife. Long suffering. Look, there are times our wives are going to mess up. But there's nothing wrong with being long suffering with your wife. And sisters, you got that Nabal in your house, there's nothing wrong with being long suffering for him too. You can't just be ready to throw in the towel just because you don't like something he said or did. You get what I'm saying? So you got to stick by your man. Stick by him. Love him. Gentleness. There's nothing wrong with displaying gentleness to our wives. There's nothing wrong with being gentle to our wife. She's not masculine. She's feminine. Goodness. There's nothing wrong with displaying goodness to our wives. There's nothing wrong with that. Faith. I like this one. There's nothing wrong with having faith in your wife that she'll come around. Yeah, she might be a piece of work, rebellious and X, Y, and Z. There's nothing wrong with having faith that, hey, you know what? She can get this. All right, let's get the scriptures out. All right, nothing wrong with that. Meekness. There's nothing wrong with being meek with your wives. We look at Numbers chapter 12. Moses was the most meek man in the earth. That's Numbers 12. Temperance. Something we need to practice. Having self-control. I myself is guilty of that one. I myself is working on that one. Having self-control. There's nothing wrong with displaying self-control. There's nothing wrong with that. And sisters, if you are married to a husband, the more peace you give him, the more you submit to him, the better it will be easy for him to display those temperaments. All right? So sisters, encourage me. When you look at 1 Peter 3 and 1, it says, likewise, you wives, be in subjection to your own husband. That means submission. That if any obey not the word, so you got a husband that is not obeying the word, they also may without the word, talking about that husband who ain't obeying the word, he's going off. Look at this, sisters. May be won by the conversation of the wise. Conversation means your behavior. So even when he's going off, your behavior matters because you can win him over while he's being in the ball. Look at what it says about that husband that ain't obeying the word. While they behold, that means he's watching. You're chaste. That means disciplined. Conversation. Behavior, your conduct, your demeanor. Coupled with fear. That means terror. That means you are not going off. You are not only you obeying him, but look at what you're doing. With fear. See that? There's nothing wrong with that. But look at verse 7. Likewise, you husbands, dwell with them according to knowledge. Nothing wrong with teaching them, brothers. Nothing wrong with that. Giving honor unto the wife as unto the weaker vessel. The weaker vessel. And as being heirs together of the grace of life. That your what, brothers? That your prayers be not hindered. Want God to hear your prayers? Guess what you got to do? It just told you. So that your prayers don't be hindered. See that? That your prayers don't be hindered. Let's look at Sirach, also known as Ecclesiasticus in the Apocrypha, chapter 28. And read this chapter on your own time. Because this chapter, it hits home. Okay, so it says, he that revenge shall find vengeance from the Lord, and he will surely keep his sins in remembrance. Keep that in mind, brothers. It says, forgive your neighbor Forgive your neighbor the hurt that he hath done unto thee. So shall your sins also be forgiven when you prayest. See that? One man beareth hatred against another, and doeth he seek pardon from the Lord? He show no mercy to a man, which is like himself. And doeth he ask for forgiveness for his own sins? If he that is but flesh knows hatred, who will entreat for pardon for his sins? Remember your end, and let enmity cease. Remember corruption and death, and abide in the commandments. And abide in the commandments. That's something that we as a people need to understand. Sisters, one thing you need to understand, and remember, read this chapter. In verse 15, it says, a backbiting tongue have cast out virtuous women and deprived them of their labors. So that can go two ways, brothers. Be careful who you have your wives hanging around, because a backbiting tongue have gotten women like that who were virtuous divorced, got them cast out, and everything that they worked hard for. See that? So that's something that, hey, we need to acknowledge as well. But look at this entire chapter. Look at this entire chapter. Look at this. Man, this whole chapter go hard for real. So it says, and hasty contention kindled a fire, and a hasty fighting sheddeth blood. If thou blow a spark, it shall burn. But if you spit on it, it shall be quenched. It's like Proverbs 15:1. A soft answer turneth away wrath, but grievous words stirreth up anger. Brothers, we got to keep that in mind. All right, but anyway, it says, and both of these come out of your mouth. Curse the whisperer and double tongue, for such have destroyed many that were at peace. See that? So we got to watch that. We got to watch that. But read that entire chapter and ask yourself, is that talking about you? Could be. Could be. All right. So, oh no, matter of fact, before I read this, one more thing I want to deal with. Ephesians 4:31. Book of Ephesians, chapter 4, verse 31. It says, 31 there, it says, let all bitterness and wrath and anger and clamor, look at that, clamor, it's full of noise, and evil speaking be put away from among you with all malice. Look at that. And it says, and be ye kind one to another, tender-hearted. Look at that, tender-hearted, forgiving one another, even as God, or just like God, for Christ's sake, have forgiven you. See that? That's how we should be. Now, brothers, if a woman that might be have her eye on you, like, yo, he's a wise brother, if she don't see that, do you think she's gonna come your way? No. She's not gonna come your way, brother. Remember, say, he that have no wife shall wander up and down mourning. So I know part of that reason why y'all being bitter is because you in mourning. Because you in mourning. Someone may have hurt you in the past. Someone may not have hurt you in the past. You may have seen things, but all that is trauma. It's all trauma. And we got to heal from that. Our nation is traumatized. We're traumatized, and we most desperately need healing, and we need to grow. We need to grow. We need to be more tenderhearted, more forgiving, kind to one toward another. And I've been guilty of every single thing mentioned. Every single thing. But it's called growth. We got to strive to be better. Strive to be forgiving. It's going to be a battle. But we got to win this battle. We got to win this battle. Definitely got to win the battle. Okay? So, let's go back. Once again, I said heal properly first. And stop being bitter. That's why she don't want your super bro ass. Heal first. Some of you come off abusive like you beat the shit out of a woman just for putting the wrong color on you don't like. Yo, sometimes on social media I see brothers, man, a sister may ask a question. Boom! They just blow up. Now we know some of these sisters may ask questions not in the right mindset. I'm not talking about them. I mean like a sister that generally that may want to learn or ask a question and you blow up. One, you're running yourself to the grave because of what we've been reading. Come on now. Remove sorrow far from you. Part of it is because you're bitter. You hurt. You hurt. It's time to put that away from among you. Now, there are a lot of sisters that has gone through abuse. We know brothers been going through abuse, but this is mainly, again, I'm talking about the brothers because you got brothers that looking for a wife, and some of the things you do and say can hinder you from that. Okay, so you have brothers, y'all come off as abusive, like you will straight beat your woman down, and that very well may not be true. But you got to learn how to balance your masculinity, bro. Like, what I'm saying is, hear what I'm saying, what I'm saying. There's a time and place. You know what I'm saying? Like, if a little child walked up and said, hey, you know, what's 1 + 1? Boom, nigga! You're not going to do that. Not to no child. You're not going to do that. You're not going to do that. So understand that a lot of our sisters are wicked, but a lot of our sisters are striving not to be wicked anymore. And a lot of them are hurt, and a lot of them are broken into pieces. So understand that 9 times out of 10, if you get a wife, man, you repairing some of them pieces back that was broken from her past. That's what it is. That's what it is. So it's things that you got to keep in mind and understand that some of them are broken and need healing, but you got to have wisdom to discern to know the difference. Some of them are wicked. There's no coming back from them, but some of them are in desperate need of healing, in desperate need to be repaired. It's just the truth. Think about it. If her mom was a scallywag and her grandma was a scallywag and all she hung around was scallywags, right? All she know is scallywag behavior. But her coming to the truth is a step forward, right? So understand that her having the scallywag behavior, there are things that you're going to have to help her with. But you're going to have to be strong enough to do it. You're going to have to be strong enough to do it because think about it. If you don't help that woman heal, that's going to cause chaos in your house. Right? What if her last person that she was with or she grew up seeing mental abuse and physical abuse? That's all she knows. That's all she knows, which means what? That means that hypothetically speaking, if you now there's nothing wrong with you raising your voice. Now look, raise your voice if you need to, but if you raising your voice at your woman, correcting her, and she's still damaged, guess what that's gonna do to your household, bro? I think you know the answer to that. So some of these sisters is coming into the truth, switching their life over like that, but they still brought that baggage with them. They still brought the baggage with them. And some of them are quote unquote working on themselves. But you and I both know that the best way for her to work on herself is being up under you. Being up under you. So in the beginning, it may be those tears. It may be those anger. Why? Because here it is. She's now coming up under your household. She's following your rules, right? But what you're doing is you're cleansing her. You're dwelling with her according to knowledge. And eventually, yeah, she might not like it. But we can't be bitter though. We can't be churlish. We can't be in the ball, bro. We can't be in the ball. So if the sister's damaged and she see you in this bitter behavior, man, look, bro, she ain't gonna look your way. She's not gonna look your way. You're gonna be a brother. It's gonna be alone. You're gonna be alone. And you're gonna die alone. You can say, yeah, it's cool. But he that have no wife will wander up and down mourning. So you can fool me. You can fool other people. But at the end of the day, you got no companion. End of the day, you alone. End of the day, you're not fully completed. So anyway, I said some of you act like you can't even show affection to your woman. Yo, I've spoken with brothers and you would be surprised they don't even kiss their wife. Don't even hold her hand. None of that at all. They like straight robots and look at it like, well, I don't see that in the Bible, so I'm not gonna do it. Yo, hey, bro, chill, relax. I saw a post of a sister. I don't even know her, but I think her name was maybe Shalina. And in here, matter of fact, let me see if I can find it really quick, because she posted in this group. And in the group, she said something really really powerful. Really powerful. I definitely agree with the sister. So if you're watching this, sister, shout out to you. Let me pull it up. Okay, here we go. I'm in the group now. But she said something that was really, really powerful, and I understood where she was coming from. People were arguing under the post. And it's funny because the sister actually brought this to my attention. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm trying to find it. Okay. I got an idea how I can find it. Wait, I think I'm getting close. I think I'm getting close. One second, guys. I'm still looking. Here we go. Yeah, her name is Shalina. So check this out, brothers. You may agree with it, you may not. All right, but understand, if you're looking for a wife, part of the thing is when dealing with our sisters out here, whether we agree with them or not, whether we feel that they're on bullshit or not, we gotta listen, we gotta observe. All right, because by us listening and observe, we learn from it. All right. She says, I cannot be with someone who doesn't show me affection. Now, me personally as a man, I feel the same way. I can't be with a woman who's not affectionate. She has to be extremely affectionate, because I'm an affectionate type of man. But anyway, she says, if you too hardcore to show me love, you can keep whatever it is that you call it. No one wants to be made to feel like a robot. Like she's only used for his sexual pleasure. No affection. So she's speaking of no affection. Pay attention. It's easy to be like, oh, what you talking about? Listen what she's saying. She says, hold on, wait 1 second. I had a call. So it says, no affection or emotion involved. You just that type of behavior. So she says no one wants to feel like a woman who is an actress in The Handmaid's Tale. So it says blessed be the fruit, may the Lord open type of situation. Submission isn't slavery. is an absolute honor to a man who deserves it. Read that again. Even though, of course, we know what 1 Peter 3, 1 and 2 says. I just read it. But anyway, if you look at the overall message, she's talking about the brothers who are super bruised. Or what I would imagine that she's talking about is a brother who is super bruised and they too much of a hard ass that they forget to show love to the woman. You forget to show love. Like, yo, and I know it's true because I talk to brothers. Like, brothers have seen me openly display affection to my wives, and like, yo, I ain't never seen that. Like, yo, I mean, I see it, but I don't see that. Like, man, you straight affectionate with your wives. Yeah, of course. Man, my wives, man, we laugh, we joke, we play. I like to be silly. So if you a Debbie Downer, look, you can't be in my household. Like, look, we like to have fun, play and joke. Like all day, every day, we laughing, jokes and having fun, you know. And if they mess up, I correct them. But guess what? We move past that, and boom, back on what it was. So anyway, I said some of you act like you can't even show affection to your woman. Like those brothers I've counseled, and I asked, like, when the last time you showed your wife you love her, or when the last time you kissed her for no reason, you know, or showed any type of affection? Brother, that's part of the problem right there, brother. I'm just gonna let you know right there tonight. And we talk about for the sake of your peace. You get what I'm saying? So yeah, she may be stressing you out. But part of it, if you show some affection, probably that can minimize some of that. And actually that can help your sanity, your peace. Because at the end of the day, you're the one mad. You get what I'm saying? And obviously she's mad too, of course. But I'm talking about for the sake of you. But anyway, I said some of you act like you can't even show affection to your woman. Kiss her on the forehead, hold hands with her, love on her, tell her she's beautiful and how much you love her. There's nothing wrong with that, bro. Nothing wrong with that. I love to do these things. To me, that's law. I got to do that. Like, hey, straight up. Nothing wrong with rubbing her feet. Nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with rubbing her back or caressing her back. Nothing wrong with that. But anyway, I said, make her laugh, smile at least. I can go on and on. But if she don't feel secure, she's not going to look your way, brother. She's not going to look your way. You brothers going to run the woman away before she even look your way. Brothers, look, you know us as men, we want submission. We want obedience. We want a rule. But guess what, bro? That woman that you too busy trying to chase, she might not look your way because she don't feel secure. They look for security. We look for submission. So if you ain't got her, might be part of the reason why. Maybe it was with brother, but if she's been damaged and she's been beat, how is she gonna feel secure with coming into your household when she see your behavior, when she see the way you move? Huh? How's she gonna want to get to know you when she see you being a over-righteous, overbearing type of brother? Now, we not talking about these wicked women. We know some of these wicked women is looking for an excuse to be like, see, right here. Nah, sweetheart, we ain't talking about that brother over there that you talking about. He was righteous. You just didn't want to obey because you're evil and you're wicked and you're out of order. But no, I'm talking about brothers that are striving to be righteous. Yeah, we know we're going to make mistakes. And we're going to keep making them. I'm going to make mistakes after this video. That's life. But sisters is too. Sisters is too. So here it is, bro. If you are overbearing, bro, she might not feel secure with dealing with you. She might not feel secure with dealing with you, bro. You gotta work on your approach. Your approach, hey, is getting you in the friend zone. And half the time, you brothers don't know how to talk to a woman. Look, bro, don't feel bad because you flirting with a woman. There's nothing wrong with flirting and showing affection to a woman that you were interested in. If you keep Shalom Akwab, Shalom Akoti, bro, she hear that all day, every day, bro. She ain't finna talk to you. You gonna get friend zoned. Period. You gonna get friend zoned. So there are sisters that are looking at like, yo, he was just like dude in the world. The difference is he got on fringes and say Shalom. Is he worth me going to get? I could have stayed with little Johnny up the block. Think about that, bro. You might run her off right back into little Johnny's hands. Why? Because you're so fucking overbearing. Now, there's nothing wrong with correcting your woman. There's nothing wrong with rebuking her sharply when she's been extremely wicked. Nothing wrong with that. But there's a balance. And a lot of you brothers are so bitter that you haven't learned the balance, or you're not even trying to find the balance, or you haven't even acknowledged that you have to balance yourself. You're over righteous, bro. You're overbearing. You're overbearing. You gotta find that balance. You mean tell me you don't want to make her smile, you don't want to make her laugh, you don't want to see her happy? You know what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying, bro? Like, there's nothing wrong with that. It don't make you a simp, bro. It don't make you a simp to show your woman affection. It don't make you a simp to show your woman that you love her. That don't make you a simp, bro. It don't make you a simp. All right. So, where we at? Yeah, I said you brothers gonna run a woman away before she even look your way. Bro, you may see a woman that you're interested in, but she already seen how nuts you are. She ain't even gonna look your way. And now you too busy trying to get her attention. Shalom, sis, ignore. And now you mad because she don't want to talk to you. And then what you do? Boom. You know. You rail on her. And now she really like, oh, I'm glad I escaped and dodged the bullet. I dodged the bullet. She probably did. Because you probably would beat her ass. I'm against domestic violence. I'm real against that. Straight up. You feel you gotta do all that, bro. Hey, look, y'all need to separate. For real. And if you feel you're gonna be doing your next woman like that, you need to take a chill pill and relax. Because some of the women can see that behavior. Why? Because they've spent half their life going through it. Half their life seeing it. Half their life hearing about it. So some of them can see that type of behavior. You got to remember, a lot of these sisters are fragile. So them seeing that and went through that, yo, they're going to be a lot hesitant toward dealing with you. Stop taking advice from brothers that don't fit the criteria you listening to. They're going to have you single and alone and bitter. And so much time going to pass, you're going to grow bitter and bitter and bitter. Before you know it, your heart going to grow cold. And at that point, you didn't want to even conversate with a woman. Why? Because your heart has grown so cold. So cold. It's going to wax worse and worse. You got to check it. There's a difference between correcting the sister and being overbearing and just fucking wicked, bro. Come on, man, get it together. So anyway, I said, yeah, we know these sisters is a piece of work. We know this. Look, we know some of y'all sisters are a piece of work. And try to find every excuse to be like, oh, I ain't going to obey. Hold on one second. Okay, there we go. But yeah, we know some of y'all a piece of work, and you're worse than some of the sisters that ain't even in the truth. All right, you come in the truth and you get worse, and you get around sisters that's even worse, and you start taking advice from sisters who are not even wise, and sisters that are bitter, and sisters that haven't been healed. And what happened? You grow cold. We just read in Sirach 28:15 that that here it is, virtuous women have been cast out from a backbiting tongue and everything that she labored for. Don't be that sister. So, well, we get, I said, yeah, we know this sisters are a piece of work and we know this, but some of this is your own fault. I'm talking about you, brother, some is your own fault. I said as well, just own up to it, bro. Chill, relax. Some of you brothers have been so bitter. If you end up making these sisters like that, bro, you made their hearts turn cold. I've seen cases of brothers with, oh, well, you know, baby such as marriage, had sex with her and skip town. Skip town. What you think that's gonna make a sister do? How you think that's gonna make her respond and act? Especially if she ain't got no hedge. Especially if all she saw and knew was scallywag behavior. What you think that's gonna do to her? Think about that. There are some things that us as men do that fucks their heads up. And that's the truth. It's the truth. Now, neither one man or woman has the past to still be wicked, even though, you know, one may have done something to the other. Evil for evil, vengeance for vengeance. We just read that in Surah 28. Ecclesiastes 28. But we can't sit up and act like that we, as men, haven't done things to a woman, ain't dogged out a woman in the past. We can't act like that because it's the truth. It's the truth. It's the truth. So what they do, they go form an alliance with some of these other wicked sisters or sisters that have also been beat on or, you know what I'm saying, nearly killed. And you get what I'm saying? And before you know it, now you got a whole bitter circle. And then what they gonna do? They're gonna backbite and they're gonna eventually get to some of these righteous sisters and they're gonna be overthrown. And they ain't even gonna be cast out. So we as brothers, look, there's nothing wrong with trying to help our nation heal to the best of our ability. Yeah, we know it ain't gonna be easy, but look, we got a job to do. Our job ain't easy, but damn it, this is what we gotta do. What we gotta do, it ain't gonna be easy, but we gotta learn to be more patient. Long suffering is one of the fruits of the spirit. Yeah, it hurt, but look, we gotta be long suffering. We do. But sisters that don't give you a pass, if you watching this, they don't give you a pass to be wicked and evil and be like, oh, wait on me to get right. No, Lord will take you up out of here like he did in the ball. So anyway, I says, your wife get with you and she gonna be in prison. I feel sorry for some of you sisters. Oh, some of these brothers be overbearing when they learn stuff in the Bible. Like they'll debate anything with a sister. And there's a difference between correcting her and just starting shit. You know, somebody goes, what's one? No, it's too good. Look, check this out. X, Y, and Z. And before you know it, one, bro, you wrong. Your doctrine is off at that. So now the sister see that your doctrine is off. She see that Negro, oh my gosh, this dude here, I can't argue with him because if I say something back, ask him a question, I'm going to look at it like I'm rebellious, right? So sometimes, bro, it's you. Sometimes it's your ass. Sometimes it's you. And if you find yourself getting into it with every damn sister, then you probably need to say, all right, well, damn, how did this happen? Sometimes it might be more than she was wicked. It might be because of your overbearing ass. Maybe try a different approach. Maybe try a different approach. There's a sister, I ain't gonna mention her name, but she went off on a brother on a post. And I spoke with her on the phone, but the approach that I gave her, it made her realize like, dang, you know what? Okay, I could have handled that better. You know, I've been so used to doing an X, Y, and Z. And I'm like, yo, sis, there's power in submission. There's power in submission. You know, but I gave it to her from a different perspective. Sometimes, yo, hey, bro, we can try a different approach. I've been guilty of it, trust me. So I know. But sometimes that different approach just may work. Sometimes it just may work. Just may work, brothers. Let's turn to Proverbs. Real quick. Proverbs 15. Proverbs 15, verse 1. Okay? Let me get you a second to get there. Okay. It says, a soft answer turneth away what, brothers? Wrath. Wrath. But grievous words, what that do, brothers? Stir up anger. Stir up anger. Look at that. A soft answer turneth away wrath, but grievous words stirreth up anger. The tongue of the wise useth knowledge aright, but the mouth of fools poureth out foolishness. Poureth out foolishness. Look at that. Let's go to Proverbs, Proverbs 25, actually. 25 and verse 28. It says, he that have no rule over his own spirit. Look at that. It's like a city that is broken down and without walls. That's the city that's going to be destroyed. So there's nothing wrong with being able to rule your spirit, bro. Let's go to Ecclesiastes. Not Sirach, but Ecclesiastes. All right, chapter 7. What is it, 9? Yeah, look at this. Right there it says. Matter of fact, I'm going to start in 8. It says, better is the end of a thing than the beginning thereof. And the patient in spirit. Brothers, we got to display patience. It says, and the patient in spirit is better than the proud in spirit. Be not hasty in your spirit to be angry. For anger resteth in the bosom of fools. Anger resteth in the bosom of fools. A lot of you brothers are angry. You're bitter. You're not patient in spirit. You're soon to be angry. And anger rests in the bosom of fools. See that? Let's go to the book of James. Book of James, chapter 2. No, James 1. I apologize. James 1 and 19. It says, wherefore, my beloved brother, let every man be swift to hear and slow to speak. But look at this part, slow to wrath. Slow to wrath. Look at that. Slow to wrath. It says, for the wrath of a man worketh not the righteousness of God. Bro, we got to stop being like that as brothers. It says, wherefore lay apart all filthiness and superfluity of naughtiness, and receive the meekness of the grafted word, which is able to what, brothers? Save your souls. Save your souls. See that? Look at that. We got to be more patient. We got to be more patient. That's what we got to do, brothers. And get this. Sometimes we may see sisters being off. We may see that. But guess what? There's also a time and place for something. Look, check it out. Look at it. It says, there is one that keepeth silence and is found wise. I mean, he ain't said nothing. It says, and another by much babbling becometh hateful. Bro, I see this all the time. And notice, nobody don't like your ass. It says, some man hold his tongue because he have not the answer. I mean, he just don't know. But look at this. And some keep his silence knowing his time. Look what a wise man will do. A wise man will hold his tongue till he see what? Opportunity. That's what a wise man will do. Everything don't need a reaction right then and there. But look at it. It said, a babbler and a fool will regard no time. Look at that. He that uses many words shall become abhorred. Ain't nobody gonna like you. And he that taketh to himself authority therein shall be hated. See that? Look at that. So, brothers, if sisters are seeing that type of behavior, she's not gonna deal with you. She's not gonna look at you as a brother that's worth marrying. And then guess what, brothers? You're gonna see brothers like myself and other brothers that's probably taking on more than one woman. Straight up. And not gonna be wanting to deal with you because you're so bitter. And look, nobody's above correction. I have been guilty of it myself. But you know better and you do better. You know better and you do better. So it comes down to, like, if you really sit back and think, like, just watch, brothers. Watch how a lot of brothers just seem so angry. Now, some brothers are angry for a reason, but some brothers is angry for no reason. I'm talking about the brothers that's angry for no reason. Overbearing and bitter for no reason. You'll die alone. You'll die alone. He that have no wife will go up and down mourning, sorrowful, in the feelings. It is not good that man should be alone. We read that, Genesis 2, right? 18. Huh? The woman was made for the man. So some of you brothers are single for a reason, because you are bitter and you are abusive. Verbally abusive too. That is worse than the damn physical. You may get a woman that may be a thicker woman, and when you meet her, she's beautiful. Then when you're angry, she's a fat bitch. That ain't worth shit. Ain't nobody gonna never want you, bitch. What do you think that's gonna do? What kind of monster you think that's gonna turn her into? Huh? You think she's gonna feel secure? No. No. That's gonna cause rebellion in your home. Especially if you ain't even been affectionate either. Then you want her to submit to? Shit. Come on now. When you ask most women what it is that they want, see, most brothers don't even listen. So you strike out the gate because you ain't even listen. Most women, you ask them what they want: time, attention, affection. Feel appreciated, complimented, loving in the bedroom. That's what most of them would say. But guess what, bro? If you've been abusive, verbally abusive, bro, you're never going to find love. You're going to die alone. You're going to be overbearing. Every time you talk to her, y'all arguing and debating. Like, yo, sometimes wait for the opportunity. Then like, yo, you know, X, Y, Z, we were talking about something. You know, this ain't that. That ain't what that is. But if you're overbearing, like, yo, look, and you talking to a brother, I got 3 of my wives out the world. That take a lot of patience. A lot of patience. Why? Because they still got a lot of carnal ways that you got to wipe them clean from. But I was patient with them. So when you see me and my wives happy and going on vacations and stuff like that, yo, that took me being patient with them. Patient with them. Now, sisters, if you watch this, that don't mean you can just be foolish. No. They worked toward and they put in an effort, but they made mistakes. You get what I'm saying? So, brother, you get that woman that is like that, and she make a mistake. Don't crucify her because she made a mistake. Just correct her. You got to be overbearing with it. You get what I'm saying? You got to be overbearing with it. You know, especially if she's trying her best to submit to you. Yo, be patient. Patient without being overbearing with it. Some of you brothers just start something for no reason with the damn woman. No, I don't like X, Y, and Z. Bro, what do you think that's going to do? That's going to make her revert back to her old sinful nature. It's going to cause her to build up that wall. She's not going to feel secure. Think about it. When a woman is starting to like a man, she feels comfortable. She feels secure. She feels like, okay, he listens. She feels protected. She feels safe. And if you can't make her feel that way, then naturally speaking, she's not going to look your way. She's not going to look your way. So yeah, I got on the women. Look in that video. Look, subscribe to the channel, Shootah the Shooter. I got on the women. Are Israelite sisters worth marrying? And I talked about how some of these sisters, look, just ain't gonna find no man in the truth. You're just not. A lot of them are gonna die alone with no hedge. And I talked about how it's easier for brothers to take a woman in the world. Yeah, of course, obviously if he's strong enough to do it. A lot of brothers ain't strong enough. A lot of brothers don't have the mental capacity to do it. A lot of them are not disciplined enough in the word. A lot of them need to be in some type of leadership, need to be in the authority of a brother that can help build them up and get them stronger. But the brothers who are strong enough, those few selective brothers could actually go and get a woman out of the world and build her up. It's easier. But I talked about some of you sisters, what y'all do, y'all mess up. Y'all messing up, and what y'all doing, learning from this brother, learning from that brother, arguing with the brother in X, Y, and Z. He see your behavior. You still look like the crazy woman in the world, but you just got a hair round. You know what I'm saying? So I talked about that in 1 and 2. But this is another video, surprise, for the brothers. For the brothers. So brothers, you got to get it together. You got to get together. You got to stop coming off as chaotic, overbearing, and like you just can't be reckoned with. You can't tell them nothing. Can't ask them nothing. You know, the woman, because think about it, bro. A lot of you brothers don't even know how to talk to a woman anyway. Don't get me wrong. Everybody, you know me, you know I'm silly. I play a lot. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I'll be petty with it. But in all seriousness, you know what I'm saying? I know how to talk to a woman. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of y'all brothers don't know how. You know, so it's like, think about it, bro. If your conversation weak, if your doctrine off, and she sees that, knows and understands that, you don't make her feel secure, you don't make her feel safe. You know what I'm saying? She already not looking your way, then you a hard ass, and then you just get no play from no sister. Nobody's getting back to you, right? Nobody want to deal with you. And every time you end up being happy, you end up losing happiness, right? That's probably because you overbearing. You over fucking bearing, bro. Chill the fuck out. Relax, nigga. Chill. I gotta say this and get your attention. Chill. Relax, bro. Relax. You know? So, the whole thing about it is, bro, you don't know how to talk to the woman. You can't even hold a conversation. You can't even spit a conversation, even build her up, even try to build her up. Some women are sapiosexuals. They are attracted to intellect. You got all this intellect and you don't know how to even talk to a damn woman. And then you get friend zoned and you're mad. Now you bitter and you mad. Now you talking about brothers in the poly community because you can't find one damn woman. There's a lot of brothers that are single, a lot of brothers that are monogamous that are envious of brothers in the poly community. Straight up. That's another topic for another day. I will do a video and address that. But the whole thing about it is brothers who are in mourning, some of them envy that. Now, I ain't talking about every brother, but hey, they out there. They out there. They're out there. So here it is. Your conversation is weak. You're overbearing. You're too abusive mentally. You're too abusive physically. You can't talk about it. Think about it. Let's just say hypothetically speaking. If the sister want to go out and get goddamn ice cream. Or they ain't supposed to eat ice cream because X, Y, and Z and blah, blah, blah. Bro, I get it. You very well may be true. But damn, there's another way that you can approach that shit. Man. She can't talk about ice cream. How's the weather? Oh, well, how's the guy gonna make the weather be? Everything's God's will. Okay. That's a nice shirt. Well, you can't say shirt. X, Y, and Z. You know what I'm saying? It gotta be 100% cotton. Okay. So now at that point, she don't know what to say to your dumb ass. Goddamn, bro, you're a fucking robot. You stupid nigga. And I gotta say this because that gets you brothers' attention. Now she don't even know what to say. So then next time y'all talk, shalom, shalom, shalom. She leave you on red. Or she don't even text you back. Call you back, answer your calls. You too overbearing. You too overbearing. You too overbearing. So it's like, yo, I don't know what to say to this dude. Anytime I have a conversation with him, it turns into an argument. Like, yo, what do you expect a woman to do? What's your expectations? Every time you talk to her, y'all argue. Or you boom, 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 boom. Whipping her ass. Coming down upon her. Taking a Bible and wow. What do you think's gonna happen? How do you think about it? So she's already a woman who ain't never submitted to a man in the world anyway, or probably have, but been traumatized. You about to make her, boom, push right into a corner. Think about that, bro. We got to be a little more patient, a little more patience with these righteous daughters of Zion. These righteous daughters of Zion that strive to be righteous. Got to be a little more patient. That don't mean don't rebuke these wicked ass women. I ain't saying that at all. By a long shot. If they wicked, rebuke them. They evil, rebuke them. You ain't saying that at all. But brothers, part of it is y'all approach and y'all don't know how to talk to women. This is why y'all end up on red, left on scene. Can't get off first base. Or you finally get her, you end up losing. Bro, you're overbearing. Yes, the woman's supposed to submit. We know this. We know that. That's given. And even when you going off, not obeying the word, she got to submit anyway. But I'm talking about for your sanity, the sake of your peace. She should look at you and see a difference between you and a brother in the world. If she don't, then that's probably a problem. It's probably a problem. And the problem might be her. Might be her. But it might be you too. Might be you too. Might be you too. Even in the midst of your foolishness and fuck up, she should still know and understand he still is a man of God. He tripping right now, but he a man of God. He a man of God. She still should see that. Still should see that. But if you're moving like them, wicked brothers in the world, dress like them, act like them, talk like them, move like them, she ain't gonna see no difference. She ain't gonna see no difference. Some of these women want to submit to you, but again, she feel like she can't be secured. Let's take, for example, brother, we know the head of the household, right? Let's say you take care of everything in the house. But guess what, bro? You got fucked up spending habits. You fucking up the bill money. You spending money on something and you being irresponsible. Is that woman gonna feel secure? No. Now you done put her in a position like, yo, dang, what do I do? Do I buck up against him? Like what? Because if I don't, we're gonna be outside. What do I do? She don't feel secure now. You get what I'm saying, bro? So that sometimes, brothers, we do dumb stuff and we can be a fuck up in the area. Bro, there's nothing wrong with saying, babe, look, take care of that. You got that. Because I'm gonna mess this up. Bro, sometimes, bro, we as brothers mess up and we gotta own up to it. If we telling sisters, Y'all need to be held accountable. And damn it, we need to hold ourselves accountable too. We do. You know, we really do. There are some things that we do that is what you know is a cause and effect. Cause and effect. Some of the women that's out there that's trying to be righteous, you're going to drive them right back to their wickedness. You're going to make them go back and be a dog that went back to his own vomit. Why? Because you're so overbearing. So overbearing. And it's not the excuse for some of these wicked sisters that are demons that say this too. No, some of them are just demons. And some of them are just wicked. And some of you brothers are too, though. You niggas and fringes. You are worse than you was before you put on fringes that remind you to keep the law. You're overbearing, bro. So yes, she'll ask that question, are Israelite men worth marrying? Is he worth marrying? He don't even know how to approach me or treat me like a lady. Come on, bro. Get it together. A lot of brothers is just marry a woman and skip town on her. Let's not act like we don't see that. They'll marry and skip town on the sister. Let's act like we don't see that. Act like we don't notice that. Come on now. Sisters, nothing wrong with doing a background check on a brother. Check to see if he got a criminal history. Do he got a record of abuse, arson, child molestation? Nothing wrong with that. Because you got to also understand that, yo, hey, if you finna be dealing with this brother, and let's say if you got a child, your child is coming to the house around this man. And if you see them red flags and you still pursue that, shame on you. Shame on you. Shame on you. But brothers, get it together. It's not too late. Don't be in the ball. Because if you're in the ball, Lord will kill you. One of the things I want to discuss is a meme that I made. I actually made this January 5th, actually. That's the date there. So it says, first take a look at the picture. All right, because you know how they say, a picture tells 1,000 words. It speaks 1,000 words. So it says right now, it's a woman whom everyone envies because she has a good man at home. What they don't know is she is in prison and is scared for her life because he beats the shit out of her and used the Bible to justify beating her ass, all while the world envies her. Beautiful marriage. Look at that. She feels that he beats her because he loves her, and that one day he'll stop as he promised to do. Behind that beautiful smile, her heart and her face and body aches because of the bruises that she has because of the one who loved her and said he would love her like Christ loved the church. Think about that. In the public eye, everything's fine. But in private, she has a black eye under all that makeup. Verbal abuse is just as worse. Look, if this is you, run, run, run before this nigga kill your dumb ass. Good dick ain't worth your life. He won't stop until you die. It's a meme that I made back in January. Over here in this corner. Because right now there's a woman that is going through this right now this here. And is completely damaged from the inside out. From a child, she was abused, and all she knows was abuse. Maybe her own father abused her. Maybe her own mother abused her, verbally or physically. Maybe the only time she ever feels love is when someone is verbally abusing her physically. Since this is all she has went through her entire life, she lashes out in verbal abuse, physical abuse, because all she knows is abuse. A good man comes her way and she won't even recognize him, because all she sees is the one who beat her ass and nearly killing her after he told her he loved her. Maybe the sister wants love and wants to be loved, but is afraid of being in marriage. Brothers, listen up. Brothers, listen up. Maybe the sister wants love and wants to be loved, but is afraid of being in marriage, where she is in prison because what? Of his hands and his threats. Having a hedge is great, but having a hedge that is going to kill you isn't great one bit. Because you know, we always talk about a hedge. That ain't great though. Say what you want about me and polygyny and having multiple wives all you want, but one thing we don't do in this house is this. Oh no. Right now in the world, there's a beautiful sister who looks so good with her beautiful smile on social media. And she loves the likes, she loves the attention, and she is so happy online because it's her escaping the reality in her own home. The reality is her life is in danger and she hasn't fully realized it yet, because her man loves her. She can't call her family. She broke bridges with many people. And everyone think that she is okay because she is so strong. She is so happy. She is so sweet and caring and loving. But what everyone don't know is he's going to kill her one day. And the world don't realize it until it's too late. And at this point, everyone will care and everyone will say she could, should have reached out. You know how they be. I should have reached out. Right? Should have reached out to me. Everyone is going to say what they would or should have done to the man who did this. Look, check on these people even if you suspect that their life is in danger. Because if you don't, then guess what? You'll be the one wishing you did. So whoever see this message, or shall I say hear this message now, I'm bringing out, take this seriously. Sisters, I'm going to keep it a buck with you. I mean, I'm going to keep it 100 with you. I'm going to be real with you. Some of these men are single because of them beating the crap out of every woman that they was with. In other words, these women wised the hell up and left. In other words, he wheeled her in with his charm and beat her down shortly afterwards. Yeah, I believe in polygyny, multiple wives. But let's be honest, brothers. Some of you brothers are not fit for one woman. Can't even treat her right. Well, let's read that again. Some of you brothers are not fit for one woman. Can't even treat her right. And not emotionally stable to handle one woman. How you want 7 wives? You're not even emotionally strong enough to deal with a situation like that. You can't even handle your one woman. You think your good dick gonna keep this going? No. Let that part sink in. A lot of you brothers are not even emotionally stable enough to even handle poly if it came your way. But that's okay, brothers. Don't bite more than you can chew. You are not ready to mentally take on this and build these trauma-filled sisters up and repairing them. You haven't even repaired yourself. It won't last, brother. Stay monogamous or single. Polygyny is beautiful, But so is only having one wife if that's all you can handle. Don't do it just to say, look at me, y'all. I got more than one wife. Don't do that, bro. Why? Look at what I say. It won't work. Emotionally, you can't take this challenge on. But brother, look, that's okay. That's okay. Monogamy is beautiful too. Having one woman, the only desire in one woman, is just as beautiful. Don't bite more than you can chew. I said you have to be born to do this. Yes, you will make mistakes on the road either way, and sometimes more than once. I mean, that's typo. But you learn from them and you grow. But if you're not able to grow, like what I've been talking about in this video, growth, leave this polygyny lifestyle alone and stick to one woman or be single. Brothers, you are going to end up killing a sister if you don't listen to me. And you will be in jail or in the grave. Yeah, I know I joke a lot on Facebook just to stir y'all up and block y'all ugly ass. It's fun for me. But one thing I don't like is to hear stories like this. But a lot of people know, I joke a lot, I play, you know what I'm saying? But I don't like hearing stories like this. I said, no, there is no one who I know who was going through this, which is true right now. I just felt the need to take a serious moment out since I've been going in, to say, hey, check on your sisters, mothers, cousins, or friends whom you suspect, or maybe not suspect, is an abusive marriage or relationship. Sisters, if that man ain't married you yet, leave him alone. You're wasting your life holding on to a dream that won't happen. It don't take us that long to marry you if we want you. That's a fact. Right now, there's a sister who marriage or relationship that you envy. And that same woman envy you because you are free. Why do you think she always reaching out to you? She may not know how to tell you yet because right now she is trapped and wishing that she is free. Don't underestimate these wicked men. They will kill you. Dear men, if you are marrying or dating someone who I love and related to, hey, my first and last warning. You heard mine, you can call who you want, because the standing army will not be able to stop the wrath that I will bring down on you and your people. That's a promise, Judah the Shootah. I want you to take a moment to soak in what you just heard. Soak that in. Soak that in. Because right now, there's a sister that's going through that. Brothers, some of these sisters have gone through this. And guess what, brother? You are a constant reminder of what she's gone through. You don't have the mental capacity to help repair that. But guess what? That's okay. That's okay, brother. Just leave her alone. Leave her alone. Everybody don't have the mental capacity for that. Everybody don't have the mental capacity for a wife or mental capacity for wives. Everybody don't have the patience for a wife, and everybody don't have the patience for multiple wives. Stay single, leave her alone, bro. You're gonna make matters worse. And that's just me being real. That's just me keeping it above. Half these sisters have gone through that. And you are a constant reminder through you being cruel and bitter. You're going to make her stay single, bro. Yeah, we know some of them are fucking off. Yeah, we know that some of them are. But we also know that some of you Negroes is out here fucking off too. That's just a fact. It's a fact. I've witnessed it. I've witnessed it. Everybody don't have the mental capacity to take on more than what they can chew. And that's normal. Don't take on more than you can chew. But don't continue to make the sister damage because of your fuck ups, bro. Just get yourself together, heal better, level up, then go get you a wife. Because he that have no wife will wander up and down mourning. And bro, look, a lot of brothers in Israel ain't gonna be honest with you and mention this. A lot of brothers ain't gonna talk about this. A lot of brothers don't want to talk about women being raped, women being, you know what I'm saying, brothers been hitting and quitting, just leave and skip town on her. I could promise and he'll marry her, and you know, you're gonna be my wife. And then soon it happened, boom, he gone. A lot of brothers ain't gonna talk about sisters getting their ass beat. They're not gonna talk about that. And the brother's in the wrong. They're not gonna talk about that. Think about it. We'd be so quick to get on the sisters when they go off, but we gotta get ourselves together too. Yeah, I play and joke a lot. I even get on the sisters too. But guess what? I'm getting on the brothers too. Get on myself. Don't be afraid to show affection to your wife. I show affection to my wives all the time. Tell them how I appreciate them and how much I love them and adore them. I mean everything to me. And there's nothing wrong with expressing that, how you feel. Nothing wrong with that. I've made mistakes as a husband multiple times in the past, multiple times. But we know better and we do better. Because brothers, again, if you're being the ball, brothers, if you being the ball, the Most High gonna kill your ass.